Good morning. Uh, I had a good night's sleep. I did run the the gas heater in my tent, so it was toasty warm. Um, I am very aware of the possibility of CO poisoning, and therefore I have both doors on my tent open for extra ventilation. Even though there is a lot of mesh in the tent and a lot of fresh air gets in, I want to be extra safe. It's a bit chilly out this morning. This is why I'm got my hat on underneath my hood, and the view today. Uh, some color starting to change here, um, but the color in the clouds has not changed at all. I haven't checked for the local forecast yet. However, if it was a bit warmer out, this would be an excellent view. I'm guessing it's probably about maybe 5 or 6 degrees out at the moment. Water is nice and calm. In the summertime, this would be a great spot for your campfire. There are actually two campfire pits on this site. It's Site 7 on Schooner Lake, if I haven't already mentioned that. But I'll relax for a bit and then start some breakfast. Yeah, it still is a little bit chilly out. My hands are a bit cold. I do have some gloves I brought with me, the small gloves from the cancer run. So I'll be putting those on and off when I using the stove, not using the stove, or whatever is handy. Um, First of all, since the last trip, I now have the jet boil stove. I do want to make a comment about my other stove. It's Amazon Whisper Light. As I said, I had issues with it the past 3 trips. But when I'm doing all the research on buying a new stove, one thing that didn't dawn on me until I was reading all about it, white gas has a shelf life of about 1 year. And that's probably close to being true. It could probably go for a year and a half or so. We don't know. However, I don't when I buy the white gas, I buy it in a big tin, and I'm pretty sure that tin was 2 years old. So the the fuel inside obviously was way past expiry date, and that could be the reason why I have stove problems. When I go home, sometime after Thanksgiving, I'll take the stove out in my backyard with some fresh fuel and see how it goes. So I don't want to say anything bad about the stove, because I've used that brand stove for like 25, 30 years without any issues, and the fault this time may have been mine. But the jet boil one is my second time that I've been using it. I am counting how many times that I can get a meal, or how many meals I can get. It is easy to start. Let's boil my water. I've watched 3 videos on this stove as to how long that it lasts. Well, how, how many meals you can get out of a single canister. One person, I don't know this person at all, never met them. They just turned the stove on and just let it go, and timed it. And that gentleman said that it ran for 2 hours, and it's video that's on YouTube, and you can all watch it. 2 hours seems a bit much for me because JetBoil even says that I think I think they say 60 minutes, and that might be a bit on the conservative side. You don't know, but 2 hours seems to be excessive. Um, One lady, what she did is she had a smaller canister, a 100 ml canister. I believe she put I can't remember if she put food or just water on it to boil, and she timed how long it would be before the canister ran dry. And if you worked it out, the canister of her canister I think lasted for 29 minutes. This canister is a little over twice the size of that. So if you do the calculation, that'd be 65 minutes, which sounds about right. Kevin Ride took a different approach. What he did is he showed what he cooks for his meals. He doesn't use the stove for lunchtime, which I don't either. In the morning, he's just boiling water for oatmeal, tea, and what have you. And then he uses one of his dehydrated meals in the evening. And he actually weighed the canister each time to see how much fuel he actually used. And I think he has an evening tea as well. And I think he said that he used about 36 grams of fuel on each day. And if you work that out, that means that you have about 8 days of 6 days of fuel on your stove. And I looked at that, and I'm sure what he does is very accurate, and I'm sure that he gets 6 days out of it. I thought, well, if I don't always have the same kind of meal at night. If I'm having pasta, that I'm using the stove a bit longer. My thinking was I'm going to be a bit on the conservative side, figuring that I'll get 4 days out of it, which is 8 meals. So I'm still testing that on my own to see how much that I get. This is meal number 7 on this canister. I do have a second canister with me because I'm going to be here for 3 days. But I'm figuring that I will get 4 days meals out of this. If I get more, I'll be very happy. I'd be happy if I could get 6, because for me, most of my trips are for 3 nights. So I'm getting 6 meals out of it. If I can get it to work for 6 days, that means 1 canister for every 2 trips that I take. But right now, I'm just boiling water. I'm going to be having some oatmeal, and I used to buy the flavored oatmeal. However, that's full of a lot of sugar, which I'm not supposed to be having a lot of now. There we go. So this is just regular oatmeal, and I do put some cranberries in it for a bit of flavoring. Oh, a bit more. So this stove says, the manufacturer says that it will take 3 minutes to boil water. That's probably about right. I've got some tea as well, some mint tea, but I like to have my vitamin C. I used to bring in the little Tetra packs of orange juice. They're about that big. However, that takes up a lot of room in Bear Vault just for a drink. So I've now gone. I want to have vitamin C in the morning, so I've now gone with the NRC drinks. There. And they actually have more vitamin C in them than what you need for a day, and there's also no sugar in them as well. So is there no sugar in them, or just very little? Yep, no sugar at all. So that's also good for me. So I'll have my vitamin C first, then I'll have have a hot tea, because I'm guessing it's probably no more than 6 or 7 degrees out right now. Is why I'm wearing gloves. I've yet to use my stove on high. Guess you really can't see it in the video. It's sitting right here in front of me, but the pots I'm using, again, everything folds up. The pot folds down. My bowl goes inside the pot, and my cup goes inside the bowl, and it all folds up to be about that big, and it's very handy. The other thing is I don't need to boil my water. If I'm getting water straight out of the lake before treating it of any kind or filtering it, then yes, I'll need to boil it to make sure I don't get any added risk of having giardia. But if I'm having tea, I don't need to boil my water. I just want to have the water to be hot. And same with my oatmeal, just want it to be hot. So I don't have to have it on for that long. I'm going to test it out now, and I'm sure it's been 3 minutes. I don't have it on high, so it's not boiling yet. But let it go just a bit longer, and then I'll be ready to eat. And we have some boiling water here, bubbling up. I'll turn this off, save the fuel, and have some breakfast. Good afternoon. It's 5 o'clock. It's been raining here for the last roughly 3 hours. I had my lunch around noon, and started raining around 1:30, 2 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock now. It stopped raining. I did get a forecast through Zolio just a few minutes ago. It's 7 degrees. It'll go down to about 2 tonight. It's looking, well, it's blue sky there. I mean, I haven't seen blue sky since I've been here. So that looks nice, but they're not calling for any more rain. The forecast I got through Zolio says no more rain, and the clouds that are over here are blowing away. I like the scenery here. I like being out. Right now it's time for supper, so I'll go grab the stuff. The plan tonight was to have tacos, so which is a common meal for me out in the woods. So I'll go make that up. This is time number 8. The stove's on here. This is meal number 8 for me with the one canister. That is all I'm expecting, is to get 8 meals out of it, which is 4 days of trips. I was on a 2-day trip a few weeks ago, and this is the second night here. If I get more, then I'll be very happy. But this is all I'm getting. I do have another canister here with me, and as I've mentioned before, some of the videos say that you can get up to 6 nights on it, and depending, of course, on what you're cooking and how long the stove's on for. But they do say that you expect to get about 60 minutes on the stove. And I always assume that I use it about 15 minutes a day, 5 minutes at breakfast and 10 minutes at supper time. But I never really counted it. So this, it's this hamburger here that I'm reheating, so it won't take very long. And then I'll empty it out, and I'm gonna make up some tea. It's 7 degrees out. I did check with the forecast on Zolio. It's 7 degrees out at the moment in this area. The low tonight will be 1 degree. It'll be about 4 degrees at about 6 o'clock, which is half an hour from now. So it'll be like sitting in your fridge at home, more or less. But the sun's out. The clouds have gone away. Not sure if I'll get a campfire because my wood's wet, and unfortunately I'm not very good at starting fires with the wood that's wet. I haven't learned that skill yet. But right now all is good, except just time to have supper in a few minutes. Oh, it's 6 o'clock. Just finished my supper of tacos and some tea, and yeah, it's about 4 degrees out according to Zolio. The temperature at 6 o'clock will be about 4 degrees. So as one of my friends is fond of saying, so you're camping inside your fridge. So yeah, I guess I am. It is chilly out. My hands are cold. I'll be putting my gloves on shortly. This afternoon, while I was in my tent when it was windy and it's rain out, I heard a thud, and I figured the only thing that it could be was my canoe. It was tied up, so I figured there wasn't any. It wasn't going to blow away because I had it tied up. But when I came out here, it had turned over. Actually, the wind had caught it and turned it over. Now I had it tied up on this end here, so it wasn't going to go anywhere. But I don't want to have it upwards because it'll just fill up with water and nothing could happen. So I do now have it tied up on both sides. So the bow and the stern are both tied up. There was a time when I didn't bother tying up my boat at all. I've been out many times, and I'd always bring it up on shore, far away from the water, and and lay it down, put the paddle underneath it, and no issues at all. Camper Christina had an issue, I think, last year that her boat got caught in the wind and got moved and got damaged. So okay, well I better start tying mine up. So I've started tying. So since that time, I've started tying mine up, either at the bow end or but I think from now on, I'm going to tie it up at both ends because yeah, it's the first time it's happened to me in over 30 years, but I don't want it to happen again. Nice and sunny out now. Look at that. I was hoping for a nice sunset tonight because at 4 o'clock or 4:30 when I came out, it was all blue sky all along here. So I'll have a sunset. Sunset would be right over here. You see the clouds are coming back in again. They're not calling for any more rain. That's what my forecast said. I'm looking at that cloud there coming in, and hopefully the forecast is right. But sunset, I believe, is at about 7 o'clock, and it's 6:35 right now. I'm not getting any sunset tonight. Had a nice one last night. That makes it worthwhile. And I'll probably go out and try to start my fire soon. Have a little campfire before I get in the tent by roughly 8 o'clock. Looking out over Round Schooner Lake. When I left, there weren't any more campsites on this lake booked. Campsite 8 is over here, and there's 2 or 3 more going around the bend up there. You see the difference. Last night with the sun going down, you could see all along here was all nice gold color. Not tonight. And I would love to say that this was a 1-match fire, but it's a 2-match fire. The first match, before I could get anything going, the wind blew it out. Right now you can see the wind blowing the smoke in my face. But it's also blowing the warmth of the fire in me too, so this is good. Right now I'm just going to sit here and enjoy the fire. I want to thank you all for watching another Camper 69 video. And if you like the video, please click on the like. It helps other people to find my page. And if you like to, please subscribe to my account. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time.